I came on this live today because I want to talk about cancer. It is a hard subject for me because I lost my father to cancer, and my other father has cancer. So it's very tough for me to talk about. When I think about my dad, it makes me sad because of all the stuff that's going on. I try my best to tell people about how to be healthy, how to stay healthy, because there's so much sickness out there. So much that the system has caused for people to be sick on purpose. So believe me, if you have cancer or you know anybody that has cancer, it's not by mistake. It's because of the system that put things in our food that causes cancer, put things in the medicine that causes cancer. So a lot of people who are getting cancer is because of the system. Now, when you go and you eat a lot of GMO foods, those foods have chemicals in it to cause cancer. The reason why most people get cancer is because of the bad cells. And if you don't have enough good cells to fight the bad cells, that will cause you to suffer. And what cancer does, it goes in your system and it gets rid of the good cells so that your body cannot fight off the bad cells. That's what cancer does. And what a lot of people don't know is when you go through radiation causes for the good cells and the bad cells to deplete. So therefore your body doesn't have good cells anymore to fight off the cancer. So it's not always good to get radiation because that can cause more problems. How you doing? That can cause more problems. So you have to understand how cancer works first. All right? So it's good to keep a good diet. It's good to eat foods that are not GMOs because a lot of those GMOs can cause cancer. There are things that you can do to prevent cancer by eating right. Also drink like green tea, anything that is inflammatory that can protect your body, that can help you to fight off things like cancer. One vitamin that is very, very good, and a lot of people don't take it, they don't really know about it, is ginkgo biloba. The ginkgo biloba can prevent you from catching cancer. And one of the things that I tell people when you have cancer is to invest in what they call Rick Simpson oil. Now, you don't have to believe me, but look the information up. Rick Simpson oil actually gets rid of cancer. So if you know anybody who has cancer, make sure that you give them the information on Rick Simpson oil. And how do I know that Rick Simpson oil works? I was diagnosed with fibroids, and fibroids is a form of cancer. It is a benign cancer, but it is so bad that it can actually kill you. I was actually dying of fibroid tumors because I was losing too much blood. I had been diagnosed with 4 giant fibroids in my uterus, 4 giant ones. And so I began to do my research on cancer and what I can do to resolve my own issue. But by the time I did my research, it had been already a year into having my fibroids. So it was becoming worse rather than good. So I finally decided to get the Rick Simpson oil after doing my research, and I started taking the Rick Simpson oil. Because of the Rick Simpson oil, I was able to get rid of 2 of my fibroids. And then after I got rid of the 2, I didn't have time to get rid of the other 2 because at that point I was dying. I would have to go to the hospital every single week, around twice a week, just to get a blood transfusion because I was bleeding completely out. So I had been going through a hard time. But Rick Simpson saved my life because I could have died even sooner had I not gotten the Rick Simpson oil. So keep that in mind. If you know anybody with cancer, get them Rick Simpson right away. They actually carry Rick Simpson in California or any state that is legal for marijuana. It is a form of marijuana, and it comes in a syringe. So it's a different form of marijuana. It's not something that you can smoke it if you wanted to. But if you don't smoke, you would just take it as a medicine. So what you can do is you can get some vegetable capsules, uh, pour it into the vegetable capsule, and then take it like it is a vitamin. And it works. It works. It actually gets rid of a lot of stuff. A lot of sicknesses it actually takes care of. There are people that have like Crohn's disease and other diseases that takes Rick Simpsonol, and it helps them to get rid of that sickness. It's important that you do your study on cancer, and it's important also to not panic. Also, I talk a lot about not stressing, because when you stress, that causes your sickness to elevate, and that's the reason why you don't want to be stressed about it. I mean, I applaud my dad. He's been dealing with cancer for a while now. I believe he got the cancer after my father died, or right around the time that he was sick and dying. Now, my father is a very religious man. He was a very religious man, so he wasn't the type to he wouldn't have taken the Rick Simpsonol at all, because of his religion, because of his beliefs. And the system has made y'all think that marijuana is some form of drug. Well, it's not a drug. It is a plant. It is a healing plant. It is a medicine that God made. So the only reason why the government labeled marijuana as a drug was because they were capitalizing off of marijuana. And they also used it to put people in prison. So it should have never been labeled as a drug in the first place. So now that they are figuring out a way to capitalize from marijuana, they no longer consider it a drug. So it is now legal in about 35 states to, I don't know if it's 35 states or 35 cities where marijuana is legal, whereas you can purchase the Rick Simpson oil. It is a great oil. CBD, which is also tied to marijuana, is also great for a sickness of cancer. So, but you do want to get Rick Simpsonol because it is the strongest form of marijuana. And that's the reason why it is strong enough to kill the bad cells and get rid of the cancer, because of how strong it is. It is the strongest form. When I was taking it, I didn't put it in a capsule. I actually took it as is. So it was very, very, very strong for me. It has a very nasty taste to it. So I would advise that you use vegetable capsules to put it in order for you to take it. But and I'm sorry for those who have cancer, and for those who lost somebody to cancer. I wish that I could have given people this information ahead of time, but I'm going to do my best to save my father from his cancer. Cancer is curable. If you know anything about Dr. Sebi, he talked a lot about how important it is to keep an alkaline diet. And that's very important, because once your acidity goes to a certain level, then you are open to catching all types of diseases and sicknesses. So it's important that you keep an alkaline diet. And keeping an alkaline diet means to eliminate things that are like GMOs or foods that can cause you to be sick. What people don't know about pork is that pork is a scavenger. It's a scavenger of the earth. And hello, how you doing? I'm doing okay. And how are you doing? And the pork, because it is a scavenger of the earth and it doesn't have pores, it is not able to clean out its system. So, and when I say scavenger, meaning they eat anything. They eat anything. So anything that they eat of the earth, they are not able to clean their system out. So since they are not able to clean their system out, when you eat pork, you're actually eating everything that they put into their system. So that's why pork is not good for you. And a lot of the red meat is not good for you either because they feed these animals with chemicals. Yes, they say it's steroids so that they can grow a lot faster and a lot bigger, but it's more than just steroids that they give to them. So, yes, they are sick. These animals are sick already. And the bad part about it is when they put these animals into the factories and they cut them up and they put them on the shelf, they do not cut out the cancer that the animal is sick with. They don't cut that out. So when you see this, when you see the food on the shelf, you're actually getting the cancer from the animal. So how to recognize if the animal has cancer or the food has cancer is sometimes when you look at red meat, you'll see some very dark spots. It looks like it's like a dark brown color to it. Now, if you know anything about red meat and pork, it doesn't have that dark, color to it. And if it does, then, there are some times where red meat goes bad. So, to throw it away if it has that dark color. But what I'm talking about is you may see like a little spot within the meat that has a dark color and the rest of the meat is red. So when you see that, that is the cancer in the meat. Now, I know a lot of people don't know to look for it, and they're not going to tell you because they want you to get the cancer. The more people that get cancer, the more you go to the hospital, the more money that they're making off of your sickness. And that's how the system works. They make money from you being sick. So that's another way. If you know anything about the company Monsanto had a monopoly on the seeds of corn and soybean. And so they put the chemical into the seed. And because they put the chemical into the seed, once they grow the corn and the soybean, then that chemical is in the seed. So that's why a lot of people catch cancer from corn and the soybean. And soybean, if you know anything about soybean, they put soybean in almost everything. So if you look at a lot of the products that are on the shelf and you look at the ingredients, you'll see soybean in the ingredients. So be careful of what you eat, especially if it has the soybean in it or it has the corn in it, because all of that could include the seed that has the chemicals in it. So that's why it's important to eat good and to have a good, healthy regimen and a good plan to eat healthy. The best thing you can do if you do have cancer is to purchase organic. Some of those are made by organic farmers, a lot of them actually. So you want to purchase organic fruits and vegetables. Eat a lot of green vegetables. Those don't have the cancer in it. Be careful when you're eating products because those products have the soybean in it. They have the corn in it and they use it to make these products. And also purchase a juicer. A juicer is a great thing to have because that not only helps you to stay healthy, and when you juice, you want to use a lot of green vegetables, vegetables and fruits like apples, a lot of good fruits with your green vegetables. So kale, spinach, things like that is good to eat. It's very healthy for your body. It will stop you from catching cancer. And if you have cancer, it will help you to eliminate the cancer. A lot of people have actually eliminated cancer just by having a fruit and a green vegetable diet and just by juicing every single day. I don't know if you know also people who have a lot of weight. If you're looking to lose weight, juicing is the fastest way that you can lose weight. Believe it or not, juicing will actually clean out your system daily. So that's why it's good to juice every single day. That's something that I tell my wife to get a juicer because juicing will help you to stay healthy. And that's important. It's not so much about losing the weight, but it's important to stay healthy. Stay healthy. So that is the best thing is for you to get a juicer because then you know that you're getting the vegetables and the fruit that you need. And a lot of people don't eat green vegetables with their food. It's been something that people stop eating. They're not eating anymore. So that is something that you should probably put back into your diet if you're not eating a lot of green vegetables. That is very important. Another thing would be those who have cancer don't get a lot of vitamin D as well. It's good to have vitamin D in your system. So go either get the supplements or go out into the sun and get the vitamin D. What some people don't know about is these particular vitamins you can actually get in a shot form. So you can go to like I believe it's a chiropractor, or you could just Google it for vitamin shots. And the reason why it's good to get a vitamin shot is because it actually flows through your bloodstream faster. You'll actually get more of it faster. So there are companies that will give you shots. You can get like vitamin D shots. You can get vitamin B12, which will give you energy. A lot of people who don't have energy, they can get the vitamin B12 shots, and that will give them a lot of energy real fast. So that's why a lot of people get the B12 shots. So like if you're lacking vitamin D, go and get a shot. Now they cost maybe around, I want to say 75 on up. And I know it costs money, but you know, what is the price of your health? What is the price of being healthy? You know, so you do want to get those vitamin D shots if you have cancer. And if you don't, you just want to get the necessary vitamin D, then you can go and get those vitamin D shots. Otherwise, I would suggest to make it a point to actually go out into the sun daily so that you can get what you need in order to stay healthy. So I just want to give you some information today on how to deal with cancer, or if you have someone who has cancer, or if you have cancer yourself, to do the necessary steps to try to take care of it. Don't always rely on the system, because the things that is going through that you're going through, it can be resolved. Cancer can be resolved. Don't let the system tell you that it can't be resolved. People who have taken Rick Simpson oil, they were in stage 4 of cancer, where they were told that they only have a few months to live, or they only have a year to live. And as soon as they started taking the Rick Simpson oil, they started seeing changes, and they actually got rid of their cancer. They went back to the doctor did the test, and the doctors didn't see the cancer anymore. So by the doctors not seeing the cancer anymore, then that was positive for them. The doctors called it a miracle, but it wasn't actually a miracle. It was God's medicine. And that's why I'm a firm believer in God's medicine, because God made medicine for everything. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. God made medicine for everything. And the reason why people don't trust God's medicine is because of the system. The system has allowed people to have disbelief in what God's medicine can do. They don't talk about it. In fact, I've been to the hospital for like my asthma or maybe my high blood pressure, And I talk to the doctors. I talk to them on purpose because I need to know what they know. You know what I'm saying? And I tell them, I say, black seed oil can cure my diabetes. And they're like, really? Well, I didn't know that. Of course they don't know, because those doctors and nurses, they only study science. They don't actually study God's medicine. So, of course, they don't know the natural remedies of how to get rid of certain sicknesses. And they won't tell you about those because they don't know. And if they do know, they still won't tell you because they make money from you being sick. And that's how the system is. These doctors make millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars from your sickness. So that's why you have to be careful when they prescribe you medications, because those medications, most of the time, they're not even the medication that is supposed to alleviate or fix the sickness that you already have. It's actually a medication for something else. And that's the reason why you see that a lot of people, when they take these medications, it not only doesn't fix the problem, it also causes more problems. So you start having other issues, and you can read about it, about prescription medicine, because those prescription medicines are bad. It not only changes things, but it causes like kidney issues. You may have liver issues. And so that's why you have to be careful when you're taking these medications. And that's why God's medicine is so much better, because you never hear a doctor say that the medication that they're prescribing you is going to cure your sickness. They are never trying to cure your sickness. You will never hear that. You will never hear them say that you will have this no more. What they're going to tell you is that you have to be on this medication for the rest of your life. And so why is a medication something that you have to take for the rest of your life? Most people don't ask themselves, why is that? Or how is that so? But that's the way science works. It's not there to cure your sickness at all. It's only there to make sure that you are taking their medication that they are getting paid for. So if they tell you that you have to take it for the rest of your life, you're going to go out and you're going to believe them, and you're going to continue to get that prescription. And your insurance is going to continue to pay. They're going to continue to pay for that prescription because they're making money from it, the doctor's making money from it, and the manufacturer is making money from it. So none of their medicine is designed to cure your sickness. They will never tell you that. And you can ask the doctor, is this going to cure my sickness? They won't tell you yes. They won't tell you yes, because it's not going to cure your sickness. Even those who get the diabetes shot for their insulin, there are other ways to help your insulin just by having a healthy lifestyle. So if you cut out the sugars, that will help. And also take like black seed oil, which is designed to get rid of your diabetes. I know a lot of you that have to take medication and you have sicknesses, don't you want to get rid of the sickness that you have? Don't you want to stop taking the medication? Because it's possible, and you just have to believe in God's medicine. And it's just that simple. It's not hard. It's not complicated. They make it seem like you're never going to be cured from your sickness. And it's true if you're taking their medicine, because their medicine is causing more problems than it's helping. So, of course, you will never be cured from it. But if you rely on God's medicine, you keep a good diet, an alkaline diet. And yes, alkaline water does work, so invest in it. The purer the water, the better for you. Other waters that are not pure has chlorine in it and other chemicals. So, and there are ways that you can check that too. If you look online for testing strips for your water, you can get those to check to see how much chlorine is in your water versus how much pure your water is. So keep all of this information in mind, because it's important that we focus on God's medicine rather than the science of medicine. God makes medicine too. They won't call it medicine because they don't want you to know. A lot of times the FDA only approves things that are going to make you sick. They don't approve anything that is not going to make you sick. And if you look at all the stuff that's on the FDA list, all you have to do is just look it up. Look it up. Look up the symptoms and everything it is. The FDA actually disapproves anything that is going to keep you healthy. They disapprove it. So you cannot believe what the FDA say, because the FDA is a part of the system. They are part of the system that has been lying to you for a very long time. And a lot of people are sick. They have different types of sicknesses, and it has a lot to do with the food. It has a lot to do with the medication, everything. Another thing that can also cause cancer are your products that you use, like hair products. If you're using hair products, that can cause you to have cancer because they have a lot of toxins in it, like formaldehyde. So one thing to resolve that is, one, to not use products that have chemicals in it. That's the reason why I created my Hip Hop Lock Jam, because it is 100% natural, 100% organic, so that you can have something that doesn't have any type of chemicals in it. So no, I don't put chemicals nor water in it, so it's not water-based either. Another thing would be to invest in plants. You want to get plants that will help get rid of the toxins. And I know it sounds funny, how can a plant get rid of the toxins? But it does, because those chemicals that you have is detrimental to the air that you breathe. That formaldehyde and all the chemicals, they actually go into the air. Like when you spray your hairspray, or just having it there, it can cause it to go from the container to the air. So your air is contaminated, and that can also cause cancer in your body if all you have in the air is the chemicals. So certain plants can actually clear and purify your air of the toxins that are in your home. So it's good to get plants that will help you with the toxins. So invest in your life, invest. And no matter how much it costs, really, how much does it cost for you to stay healthy? People go spend a lot of money on a lot of stuff that are unhealthy for them. How much is your life worth? So if your life is worth something, then you're going to spend the necessary money to make sure that you stay healthy. You're going to go out and buy a juicer, because your health should be more important to you than the other stuff that you're buying. So I hope that you like this video on cancer. I do give a lot of information on what to do to help with cancer, or anybody that you know that has cancer. Be sure to share this video with other people so that they can get the right information for them, because it's important. It's important. I don't like when people are sick. I don't like people dying from cancer, because I know the truth. I know the reason why people are getting cancer is because of the system. And that's another reason why I wrote my book, The End of Systematic Racism, because everyone needs to know the truth. They need to know the truth. And then if you know the truth, then you'll be able to fix what's wrong. And so that's the reason why I talk about things in my book about science, because you need to know what science really is and what they're doing to our food, to our products, to our whole environment, our entire living, and what they're doing. So we have to fight the system. We have to fight the system. And that information you can get, there's a link for a pre-sale of my book so that you can get that information. I want to be able to save lives. I want to be able to help you with your cancer, because it's important. I'm tired of seeing people die. And a lot of people are dying when they don't have to. They can just simply learn to have an alkaline diet, learn to take care of their health, learn to come up with a healthy plan for their life and their family and their children. So it's important. It's very important. So God bless you. Be sure to look at this video as many times as you can so that you can write down information. Look into the Rick Simpson oil if you do have cancer or you know anyone that has it. Invest in it for them because it's important that they live a long life. It's important that we become healthy, and it's important that we fight the system so that we don't have to worry about being sick anymore. Okay? So God bless you all. If COVID has taught us anything, it's that we must stay healthy and that we do have to fight against disease, in which the system actually creates those diseases. So all of that information I do talk about in my book so that you can be aware of the sicknesses and how people are getting sick. It's not a fluke. It's not something that just happens. It's caused by the chemicals. So the chemicals that they feed the animals, it causes them to get cancer just the same as it causes us to get cancer. All right, so God bless everyone. You have a wonderful day.